Hello, dear friends. Welcome to this video. Welcome to this channel. We hope you enjoy your day or evening, depending on your time zone. We're here again, and we're about to discuss the universal truths, very important topics, and we don't know yet what we're about to discuss.
Actually, I was thinking in the morning, what should we discuss? It's kind of, I even get some three practical things. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, the topic of this video will be who should you take advice from? Very good topic. Yeah, that is a very good topic because I woke up in the morning and I was placing myself in the situation for not knowing. That is a very, very good out point when you have a problem, not knowing. Yeah. Let's generalize a little bit more, make it a little bit wider. Now, this is a very serious talk, so I have to put my serious voice. So the point here is that when you, if you know too much, okay, first rule of thumb, if you are a little bit experienced in life, that means like you are 35, 45, like if you are a little bit older, just like me, you have this problem that you think that you know too much, but that is not the truth. Actually, you know less. There's a paradoxical thing, a video that I made. It's called The Circle of Knowledge. Go find it in the channel, please. This is a plug for advertisement for my other video. But the reality is that I explained in this video, I'm just going to give you a little bit of what I'm meaning, that the circle of knowledge is like a circle, and the bigger it grows, the more the points with the unknown. Yeah, do you understand the concept? I hope you understand the concept. The more you know, the less you know. That's the concept. The more you know, the less you know. Visual representation is, this is the circle. This is the circle that you know. It's inside, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. It grows, right? It gets like this big. But on the surface here, this is the unknown. So the bigger the circle, the more unknown points you have. So now, here comes this philosophically somewhat question that would say, well, now I need a practical advice. Yeah, I have some kind of problem. The older you get, you think you have less problems, but the the quantity of the problems is practically remain the same. That's what I would say. It's just different problems. Yeah. When you get older, you have the old man problem or the old woman problem. It's just a different game. It's just different problems. But anyway, I was thinking this morning on the topic where you should get your advice from, who you should ask for advice. Yeah, that's the topic of today's video. So now I'm going to give her the microphone to see what she would say, and I'll try to make it in a debate form too. I'll try to debate her. We need some drama, yeah? We need some drama, yeah? So now, drama is good. Yeah, drama is good. So now, let's see what advices she will give you, and I will give you some of my own, and then you can comment with your own, yeah? Please comment. It's important to put your advices in this video because millions and millions of people watching this video, and your advice is also valuable, not just mine, not just her. Okay, what do you think, where you should get your advice from, or actually who the advice should be, like a person? Yeah.
Well, first of all, I think that most of the time when people ask for advice, when people need someone else's opinion, they most likely are not gonna follow this advice. And in my experience, the best thing you can do is not to give advices to anyone unless you're a financial analyst and a client comes to your bank and he's wondering about loan terms, etc., etc. It's your job to give him the information. But in life, in personal matters, when my friends or relatives or I don't know, people I know come to me for advice, I will always give advice, but I know in advance that no one is gonna follow my advice. That people generally do what they think it's right for them for that particular moment. And sometimes when people ask you for advice, They already know what they're gonna do. So the thing they want to hear from you is probably the confirmation of their own thoughts, because when you give them a totally different perspective on the things, they are like, oh, yeah, but I don't think so. So don't ask me if you don't want to hear something you are not going to agree with. So I personally would take advice, or maybe I never follow anyone's advices, but from people I trust. This is a common sense um, criteria, I would say. Criterion.
Criteria. Yeah, the people you trust. You should take your advices, the people you trust.
Yes.
Now, did I say I'm going to make it a debate here?
Try.
Yeah, these are the worst people. That the people that you trust are the worst people to take advice from. Just a perspective. Now, can I tell you a joke? This is
Yes, please.
this is Sadhguru talking here. Can I tell you a joke? Okay, now the joke is it is very relevant to our topic, and I will not tell you the joke. I'm gonna make her tell you the joke. And the joke is about consultation. Yeah, that's a funny joke. Yeah, tell them now the joke. Yeah, tell them the joke. It is in Russian, but she will translate it for you in English. Yeah. Let's see. First translation trial.
Oh, okay. So one friend is calling to another and asks him, listen, I need to ask you something. And the friend asks him, do you need an advice or a consultation? So he asks, what the difference between asking for advice and consultation? And he answers, well, advice is for free, consultation is $50. So the other man is thinking and he doesn't want to pay money. So he says, well, then I need advice because it's free. And his friend answers, well, I can give you advice. Please make appointment for my consultation.
Yeah, that's right. You get the joke. So, what do you need now? Advice or consultation? No, the guy said, actually, the guy said, when he was asked the question, when the other party understood that advice is free and the consultation is paid, the guy say, obviously I need advice, and the guy say, my advice is for you to sign up for consultation. That's it. That's the
Schedule me for consultation.
don't schedule me. My advice is consultation for you. Yeah, that's it. The it's a very funny joke, but did I start with this? Did I say maybe, I don't know. I'm just thinking out of the box, or at least I'm trying to think out of the box. Maybe it's not good to to have advice from the people you trust. Just give you another direction. The other direction is totally my style, I go to the people mostly I don't trust and I ask them for advice, and they will give you another perspective. They will totally give you another perspective. And sometimes, for example, because you don't trust them, they're going to give you some bullshit. But if you look at this bullshit, maybe there is a bits of truths about you. Why? Because the people you trust, you have some connection with them, and they may not be totally honest with you. Even if you trust them, you don't know if they trust you, or I don't know. I'm just saying, it's just another perspective. Yeah? You can say something now.
Well, first of all, I think people whom we trust, it's based on something. It's based on experience. They are proven with time, with difficult situations, people who helped you out, people who you think want the best for you. So that's why I think you should trust a person, even if you don't know a person, and this person might be, I don't know, public person, for example, a psychologist who has his own, I don't know, blog or book, and you're reading the book and you see 5 ways to
Ask for advice.
no, to just I would say to to be in a good mood, to be more productive. And if you trust the author, if you like his ideas, if you were reading numerous books by this author and they somehow click with you, of course you're going to follow his advice. Rather than an advice of a stranger whom you don't know, he might have agenda towards you. He might like your girlfriend. And guess what? You're coming to this person and ask, hey, I want to ask you what I'm gonna do with this woman. I really love her and blah blah blah. Of course he's biased. He wants this girl. He may just say, oh, you should leave her. Guess what? You're gonna leave the girl. He'll be the first to take her. It just,
Very good advice.
yeah.
Very good advice. Now, I want to add something. Now, let's say there is this person that you want to have the five advices of how to stay positive. You know, it's a common topic. How to stay positive and like always smiling and be super cool dude or a girl. You know, have your mental attitude right. You know, there's like 10,000 books.
Yeah.
Just one thing. Before you do that, my suggestion to you would be go through 50 videos of this person that it's talking about how to stay positive and look through the videos and try to find the common denominator, the theme, the this pattern. And if the pattern is that this guy in his 50 videos or 50 uh, books or 50 whatever gives you this vibe that he is not that happy guy all the time, maybe it's not good to listen to him. So first look at the person as, you know, I can give you tons of examples here. For example, some people talking about business. Yeah, like me, I'm talking about business. But do I really have business? That's a question. How you are doing in business? How the guru is talking about business? If you are talking about uh, yeah, I see a lot of guys like talking here. I got you just like you gotta go this 12 foods and 12 supplies, and you're gonna get your stamina. But then I look at the guy and I said, this guy has like he has no one muscle in his body, and I'm okay. Maybe that's a visual thing. Yeah, that's a visual thing. So the whole point is here: if you are going to take advice from someone, maybe you should look at him first. Maybe you should like really open your eyes and say, wait a minute, he doesn't look like a guy that will give me uh, a good advice on muscles because obviously he is like 100 pounds with wet pants. And that's it. I am trying to make it debate. Yeah, let's make it debate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, I'm not gonna debate this point because in Russian language we have the saying, a shoemaker without shoes.
Oh yeah.
So don't ever go to a shoemaker without shoes to ask him to make you shoes.
Okay, we have
Yeah.
it the same in my country. It's slightly different, but it says that the shoemaker, it's probably in English too, the shoemaker never take care of his shoes because he's so busy doing the shoes of other people, fixing the shoes of other people, so he never take time to care about himself, you know. But that's not a very good image from a person that you should be taking advice. So again, it goes to the point that, you know, look at the person. If you're gonna take advice on attitude, maybe it's good to watch 50 videos and say, well, this guy is talking about attitude, but his attitude is not very right. You know, it's like kind of dull, and something like this. Yeah.
But actually, there are exceptions. For example, coaches and trainers. When I was 14, I signed up for a model agency, and guess what?
Watching the camera. Yeah.
Yes, they were supposed to teach us how to walk properly, how to do the catwalk, how to do this, how to stop, how to position your face, how to look in the crowd, how to have this model look on your face. Guess what? My instructor was a middle aged man who was like probably 4 feet tall with a cane. He couldn't walk because I'm not gonna laugh at that, but he was disabled. And guess what? This middle aged man in his like late 40s, he was teaching us how to walk properly. And guess what? He succeeded. And there are a lot of examples, like, I don't know, boxing coaches and all that
Yep,
stuff.
yep.
They're not boxers, but they just know what to tell you. They know how to motivate you. They have a bigger picture of how you should look, how you should carry yourself, what kind of posture you have to have, and all that stuff. So this is quite debatable.
Yeah, that's debatable. I like to add something. Sometimes people, in this case of this comes to talent discovery and talent spotting. And if you're a talent, I can tell you that I have a gift for that. I can tell your talents. Not because, yeah, let's make it very serious. Not because I think I can spot talents, or at least I can point talent. Like, and that is also uh, there are certain type of people that going through experiences, a lot of experiences, and they can point through talent. So when you ask for advice, maybe you should also look for people that are this kind of people, like the guy with the cane that so this completely disregard my previous point. Look at him. So here I am to say maybe you should be a little bit more open in your mind instead of asking the question, well, this guy doesn't look like he can give me advice. Just do a step further and keep going with the process, and maybe you can get the best advice ever. Uh, yeah.
Yeah, another point. There are certain areas of life. Oh, I don't know. For example, relationships. And this is a very, very fragile.
Yeah, let's talk about it. I love it.
Exactly. This is a very fragile sphere of our life. This is a.
Who wants to talk about relationship? Women only. Guys don't talk about relationship most of the time, but they do. Yeah, they are these little like they always talk about relationship, but on the surface they appear not to. Yeah. Sorry.
Yes. So if you have relationship problems, if you are experiencing hardships in your marriage, if you think it's going south, as we like to say, uh, then yeah, of course, a lot of people try to save relationship. They talk to psychiatrists, to consultants, and sometimes it helps. But if you go to random people to ask them for advice, what to do in this or that situation, it's probably not the best idea. That's what I want to say. It's usually up to you. You usually know better what to do in this or that situation because it's you who in this relationship. You know all the subtle nuances of, I don't know, about the person you're in a relationship with. You know better. And when you go to a random friend, even if you trust this friend, guess what? This friend is extremely biased. He or she loves you to death. And he thinks that I want the best for this person. He or she has a very bad partner. I can see it. I can see. Let me tell. Let me tell. But this person, he is not living with you guys, and he can't give you a good advice.
Yeah, another point I can make, just to keep it in the debate, when you ask for advice, uh, that's another good idea. Maybe it's good to go to 20 strangers and to randomly on the street ask them for your problem to see the perspective. That would be the perspective from the public. Let's say you do like a survey. You pretend with your book. Yeah, here I have a book, and you have like a little book. I'm gonna give you a trick here. Yeah, you have like a little book, and you have like a heavy relationship problem or a health problem or any, so you pretend that you're a reporter for whatever magazine, and you go and bluntly say, stop somebody on the street and say, wait a minute, I want to just ask you one question. What do you think about this problem with feminism, for example? Yeah, feminism is a big thing now. And you're the reporter, right? So you go and like, excuse me, I'm doing survey on feminism. What do you think about feminism? Yeah, and then you get like so-called pull data like raw data, asking people random questions on the street. That could be a good source of advice. Yeah, and how this will work. Yeah, if you ask 20 people, if you take 20 minutes in a busy street and you ask 20 people, they will tell you all kinds of crazy shit, and even their story, they will say, let's say you ask them for health, like, hey, excuse me, what are the 5 top vitamins you think are the best for your body? And the guy goes like blah 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 blah, and then you take the same question, you ask what are the 5 top vitamins, and you ask 20 guys, for example, and then you say, wait a minute, the source and the data suggests, that's called the raw data. The raw data will give you so-called the average opinion. Maybe it's not good to listen to the average Joe, but it will just give you another perspective for the advice that you are seeking of. Yeah, did I say it well? Yeah. Make it now debatable. I have more stuff. I'm so much stuff to.
Yeah, I was about to debate your point. In the very beginning of this talk, you mentioned the circle of knowledge,
Yeah.
and that the bigger the circle of knowledge gets, the more you realize that you don't know anything, that you have so much to learn. So you will ask this 20, 50, 100 strangers about their opinion, and you'll realize that you're even more lost.
Yes, yes. So basically, what we are doing in this video is obvious by now, if you are up to this point in the video, that we are not actually, we are just showing, we are offering you our own. No, the opposite of insights. What was the famous Schrödinger? What was the, it's like the whole theme of this channel. We are just offering you our own. What is the word? I forgot the word.
Confusion.
Confusions. Yes, yes. Like you, who said that? All
It
I
was
can offer.
Jack. It was Jack Kerouac, the famous American
Yeah.
writer.
Can you quote?
Yeah, of
Quote.
course.
Yeah.
He said, "I can nothing to offer to this world except my own confusion."
Yeah, but we hope that this somewhat debate will just give you different perspectives. So I'm going to give you another one perspective. The perspective is this. Is just a perspective that I learned from the business community. And the perspective is this, like a mentorship kind of thing. If you want to have advice from a mentor, where this mentor should be in life, he should not be far, far away. So, first of all, it's a good advice to be taken from a person that somewhat you admire. But there is like a very little gap here. For example, if you have this in my like experience in business, I admire some business gurus, but the key is that they are not the right person to take advice from because they are far, far away from me. Let's say in business, I'm in the hundreds of dollars and they are in billions of dollars. So now, in that sense, it would say, like how would one of these gurus would say, if you want to, let me translate. That's another perspective. If you want to become billionaire, never take advice from a millionaire if you are just having a regular job. If you have a regular job and you make $100,000 and you want to become ultra rich, don't listen to your millionaire uncle or bunch of guys a little bit, you know. And the other point is for the mentorship, uh, another perspective. Opposite to that would be, do not listen to advice from a guy that is far, far away from you. So these are two opposed things. If you are looking for a mentor that could give you advice, you should look for a mentor that is somewhat a little bit above you. Let's say money is very easy to measure. Let's say if you make $100,000, maybe it's good advice to take from a guy that is making $200,000. That's a good advice. And then we can transport this idea to any area of our life. Like, for example, if you want to know advice on health, and uh, if you are 145 pounds and you want to become 180 pounds, another concept is don't go to the guy that is 250 pounds and super muscular and super strong. Maybe it's good to ask the guy that is 180 pounds and say, hey, how did you get to 180 pounds muscle mass? And that may be a good advice to take from. So let's call this the gradual growing person taking advice from. So two concepts, like go all the way out and ask person that is in super good standing, and then go and ask a person that is a little bit above you. That's it. That's my point. Yeah. Does it make sense?
It makes perfect sense. Yeah, and I'm thinking about something else.
Are we on record? Let me check if
Yeah.
I push the yesterday. Tell them about yesterday. Yeah.
Yes, yesterday we thought we recorded a great video for one of our channels, and guess what? We forgot to press the record button.
Yeah, now the record button is on. In its 25 minutes, the video gets very boring, so you can do the closing and tell them one tip uh, about your own confusion when it comes to getting advice. Yeah, it's obviously we didn't tell you too much, but I hope we are giving you different perspective here, just more perspectives. If you look for the theory of the circle of knowledge, we literally confused you even further. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say that sometimes when we think that we need advice, we usually need just to talk about our situation with someone. And it's very good to have a person in your life
Let me focus on your legs a little bit. Yeah.
whom you can talk to. That's why people go to shrinks. They just need to talk. So just talk about your situation, just or write it down, and the answer, the advice itself will come. So somehow miraculously you'll find the answer for the question, or you will come up with a solution for your problem. Don't take advices, just think about your problem and verbalize it, and it will come. Good luck to you guys. Thanks for watching our video. Subscribe.